out the lookout, a kid got choked out, blows were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out. The nigga was angry, like, come on, motherfucker! Can we just all get along so I can put piggies on the chest like little Sean? Get a pissy drunk.
Hey guys, I'm here at Gleason Performance in Derby, Connecticut. This is one of my favorite gyms on the East Coast. Every time I'm home in New Jersey, I try to get up here and train. Ryan Gleason's the owner. He trains about 50 to 55 powerlifters, some high-level powerlifters he has in here like Carlos Reyes, Iva Januskovic, and he's recently started getting more strongman in here from around the area. One notable is Kristen Boulay, who is North America's strongest woman in the 140-pound weight class. I believe that's middleweight. So he's got a lot of good stuff going on here. And today we're going to get some of the strongmen and strong women training, as well as some of the power lifters, and it's going to be a good time. So thanks for watching.
You're going to shorten it up at first on TV. That's okay right now. Right in the hip. Good front cramp.
Hey guys, I'm here with Ryan Gleason, owner of Gleason at Gleason Performance, and we're up in Derby, Connecticut. So you want to tell me a little bit about Gleason Performance, its little history, and
let's say we've been doing this now for about 10 years. Started off in my parents' garage, 395 square feet. About 3 years ago, moved into 1,500 square foot spot. We finally actually had enough people to do it. Now we're in our spot over here in Derby, about 5,000 square feet. Added more turf, added more everything. Finally have a full facility.
Yeah, this is, when I come up to the East Coast, I'm originally from New Jersey, so when I come out to New Jersey, I always drive up to Connecticut and try to train here at least once on my visit, and I've been doing that for probably about a year and a half, and it's changed a lot since I've been here. You've added a ton of stuff, and
yep. My members make fun of me that it's a never-ending process. Every time they come in, there's something different. I either moved something or bought something new, added something new, changed something. Always looking to see what we can do to make everything better for the members and just make the experience better.
Yeah. And so you started off primarily coaching high school and college athletes. You have a history in baseball, but now you've kind of moved over to powerlifters, and you're starting to get more strongmen. And tell me about that transition to powerlifting.
So yeah, basically I started off as all high school kids. Started training them to get stronger so they could go on and play college sports. And a lot of them played college, and what it started to turn into is those high school kids and college kids, when they were graduating and they're going to be done with sports, they wanted something to move forward, but they didn't know what to do. And I said, why don't you try powerlifting? And a couple of them tried it and they liked it, and a couple others were like, oh, maybe I can try it. And we just kind of kept growing. And first year there was only 3 of us, and now we've got like 50 competing powerlifters and around 20 competing strongmen now. So it's been slowly building, and it's kind of taken off in like the last year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely when you come in here, you can just tell, like, there's always, at least every time I've been here, probably 10 to 15 people just going at it, and it's pretty nice to see.
Everyone trains really hard.
Yeah.
So everyone's in here 4 days a week, 5 days a week. No one's missing sessions, and it makes it kind of easy for me when everyone's here all the time and putting all the work in.
Kate Olsen up at Gleason's Performance. She's a strong woman who competes. You compete USS
Middleweight.
and NAS, middleweight, both USS and NAS.
Yes.
How long have you been doing strongman?
I've been doing strongman for a year and a half now.
Year and a half. And how many times have you competed?
I've competed 4 times. My first show was Thunder Gods in 2015.
Okay.
And then I did a show up at Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut. And then I did New York Strongest, and I did Massachusetts Strongest.
All right, and then you also had, but it just got broken, the North American log press.
Yep.
How much was that?
143.
Nice. All right. So tell me a little bit about Gleason Performance and your training here, and just a little bit about the gym, kind of.
I'm pretty new to Gleason. I've only been here maybe 8 months, but I feel like I've been here my whole life. It's the awesomest gym ever. And he's getting a lot more strongman equipment for us, so he's trying to grow the sport within here because it's a lot of powerlifting. But it's awesome. Everyone's a family. We have barbecues all the time. We're having one today. Everyone supports each other. Just a little while back, someone's gear got all stolen. All their sleeves and everything. The gym pitched together, got them a new ones, so everyone's really helpful to each other, really close.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, this is definitely one of my favorite gyms. Like, anytime I'm on the East Coast, I come up here. So what are your plans for the future in strongman? I'm
training right now for New York Strongest 3, where I want to qualify for Pro Women's Worlds.
Okay.
Of course, I want to get a pro card. That's why we compete. And then I have USS Nationals in June.
Okay, up in Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there as well. If you were going to sell this gym to somebody, you were trying to get one of your friends to come here, what would you tell them? What kind of highlights would you say are the best thing for this gym?
The biggest thing is it's so motivating to be here.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times everyone works and either you're an elite lifter or not. There's days you just don't want to train. But you come here and people are so supportive, and there's always dogs everywhere, which is really awesome. And it's just, you get here and then that immediately goes away and you want to lift because you see everyone get so pumped, whether you're PRing or just starting to squat first time in your life, no matter what it is, everyone will stop and cheer for you because it's important to everyone, and it's such a supportive community.
Did you play any sports or anything in high school, college?
Not at all, actually. I was really lazy, and I did a lot of artwork. I don't do it as much as I'd like to. I'm trying to get more back into the creative side, but I was an art student. I weighed 116 pounds. I just sat around, and that's all I did, watched movies and did artwork. So I wasn't active at all growing up. Yeah. So
how'd you get into strongman?
It was one bad Christmas, and I put on weight that I'm sure was not a problem at all. Because like a lot of women, I had a lot of self-image issues.
Okay.
I got a personal trainer, and he was just doing a strongman competition. So that's how I heard about it. And as I got going, like a lot of people, I first wanted to do bodybuilding, but the diet sucked, the training was boring. I saw him doing this cool stuff with logs and everything. Tried it out, and I was hooked. So from there on, I was like, screw how much I weigh, I just want to get really strong.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say? Any message you want to get out there?
Just start. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends, myself, that want to compete. They're like, oh, I'm not strong enough. And it's a cliche thing, but you just got to make the jump and do it because it's really satisfying and fun. You meet so many awesome people doing it as well.
Floorboard's amazing. I love floorboards.
And so you do all the programming for the powerlifters, some for the strongmen, but primarily we do have, there's probably about 10% of the membership that does their own programming. We do have the open members, but for the most part, I program for just about everyone here. Most of the powerlifters, a couple of the strongmen, a couple of the Olympic lifters, still some of those high school and college athletes. But yeah, probably about 90% of the people are on some form of program from me.
Okay, and so kind of what's your coaching philosophy? If you had to, bring one out.
I guess the easiest way to put it is I'm going to do whatever needs to get done to make you better.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit different. High school and college here, we're going to do things a little bit different than we are a national level powerlifter or beginning strongman. But if we get into the sets and reps and things like that, we're going to practice the lifts that we need to. I like to hit a lot of assistance work. I think the new big thing in powerlifting especially is really do your practice. So hit your squats, hit your bench, hit your deadlift, and not a lot of assistance. I'm very different to that. We do a lot of variations. We do a lot of assistance work. We still practice lifts every week, but we vary them a lot more often. And most of the work is undulating, so have a heavy day here for this, and a rep day here, some max, some speed work if you need it. So we're a little all over the place, but there is, if you look at it from far back, you can see how intensity increases and volume decreases, and
I noticed
the progress is there.
I noticed when I come here, it's because your athletic background, a lot of focus on movement itself. So, and it's that was a big part of when I was at the Spot Athletics. We want to train people like athletes. Everyone train them like athletes on moving, and cause you're you want to be a powerlifter and say you're an athlete, you got to be an athlete. If you're a strongman, you're an athlete. You got to move. So,
and that's big for me. Is I hate when people can go up and squat, bench, deadlift a ton, and then you ask them to pick something up off the floor with one leg, and they're like, I can't do that, or do a push-up, and they're like, I don't know about a push-up, like that's kind of hard. Like, I want everyone to be able to move well, and that's, if you look at our program, I think we do a lot of stuff which keeps us healthy. A lot of our lifters have been doing this now at a very high level for the last 4 or 5 years, and we've been pretty good at not having any injuries, and I think that's because we focus on a lot of that work too, instead of just the events.
So moving forward, what kind of plans, what's in store for Gleason Performance?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Right now, I'm pretty happy with where we are now. We're always looking to try to, add some more members here and there. I'd like to probably get a few more before we're looking to grow into a bigger space. Really trying to build the strongman. We've got a good group of powerlifters right now, and we're pretty well known for that, I think, in the area. Strongman's kind of our new one. We've got some very good strongmen here. One national champion and a couple record holders in different events. So I think that's another big one that, no offense, Matt, at Lightning, but we're a long way from Lightning Fitness, and I think some of those people can hit us up down here and not have to worry about traveling an hour and a half and build that around here. There's not a lot of that in Connecticut outside of South Windsor.
Yeah, no, that's true. Matt's facility's great, and he's got a ton of stuff. So I can see the draw for there, but if you're gonna travel, live in this area, you have everything you need, and obviously going forward, you can always get more. It's just when the money's there, but because I know you talked to me about doing contests and then putting that money towards.
Yeah, generally what we try to do is, like, if I run a powerlifting meet, the money that we make from the powerlifting meet, we just bought a new rack, a new bench. We'll buy a new competition rack. We'll buy some of the kilo calibrated plates. We're planning this summer to do some strongman events, strongman shows, and keep adding to the strongman. We've got a decent amount of stuff right now, but wouldn't mind adding some more things into it to keep going. And that's what we'll do from that. Anything we can do to build it up.
Awesome. Any final thoughts that you think is important that the strength world needs to know?
That's another tough question. I think for the most part, especially like around this area in Connecticut, people need to know that these gyms exist. I grew up going to a YMCA, and this wasn't a thing. I started doing this in my parents' garage because my home gym, when I came back from school, was basically decimated. There was nothing there anymore that I could do. Started this with one rack and one bench, and just been slowly adding to it. And I have new members all the time that live a mile away. Like, oh man, I didn't even know this was around. Like, I've been going to these commercial gyms, and like, we're here. We're a little bit harder to find, and better be a little bit more dedicated because it's going to be cold in the winter. It's going to be hot in the summer. It's going to be a lot of people using the same equipment, But if you want to work hard, we'll get you strong.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people still don't realize that are newer to the sport that gyms like this didn't exist 10 years ago. Where you have all these racks and people are just out there to kill it. And
absolutely. Like I said, I grew up at a gym that had one small squat rack, and I came home from college and that squat rack was gone. So, you know, now we've got 4 elite racks and a mono and 3 competition benches and all this accessory equipment.
5 deadlift platforms.
5 deadlift platforms, things that you can't even see at normal gyms.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the Olympic lifting platform for all the Olympics, so we got the bumper plates and the good bars, and you know, the stretch of turf, 85 feet of turf that we can do carrying events on for strongman. Like, this doesn't exist. You know, the local gym here has got 20 feet of turf. What are you gonna do on 20 feet? You know, you can do a full event here, like actually carrying. You know, we had some of our girls are doing kegs earlier today.
Yeah.
You know, doing keg carries down and back, and we've got the space for it. And if you want it, we're here, and like I said, we'll get you strong. You just got to put the work in.
Yeah. So we wanted to contact you. What's the best email, website, Facebook?
We got it all. We got to do everything. GleasonPerformance.com website, Facebook page, Gleason Performance Training, Instagram, Gleason Performance. That's the one we probably use the most. I think everyone uses that one now. Email Ryan@GleasonPerformance.com. You can call me 203-231-6044. Awesome. It's weird selling myself like this. But yeah, like, you know, like I said, we get new people all the time. They're like, oh wow, I didn't realize you were this close. And I'll get an email and they'll come in and, oh, it's so different from my gym. And there's no middle ground. You either love it or you hate it. So
exactly.
Come down, see it.
That's what
You'll know when you walk in the door.
That's what's great about gyms like this. It builds that community because like people come in and they're like, oh yeah, I love this place.
Right.
If they hate it,
See you later.
they're
That's
gone.
fine.
So
yeah.
you kind of filter them out just by that first initial impression.
Right. When they're afraid to walk in past the door,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna treat you the same way as anyone else, but I know you're gonna leave.
And that's the thing is always when they're unsure, that's when you know that they're gonna love it.
Right.
As long as you bring them in and just
gotta get them in the door, yeah.
So
They want to come over here. They're stuck at their commercial gym, and like I said, they don't know these places exist. And once they find them, they're done. They're not going back.
yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And you know, I'm sure I'll see you again soon. We could honestly, me and him, we might come up here. We talk for probably an hour and just don't even think about it. And
We've had a couple of late nights.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
so yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate me being able to come up here and do this.